Today, I think Pujara was here today. Hello and welcome to the Dugout in what is going to be the most important game for some time now in IPL. The two biggest cities in the country going up against each other. Mumbai versus Delhi. I know the last 48 hours has all been about not the matchups, not the strategy, not the playing 11, but what is it that the weather has in store for everyone. That is what is being discussed in the last 48 hours. And as things stand right now, after thunderstorm of sorts and lightning that you saw in Mumbai last evening, today, even though it was raining in the morning, by afternoon, evening, it's all cleared up. So 8 hours ago, the update said high chance of rain during today's MIDC match at Wankhede. Expect rain interruptions, Duckworth-Lewis method coming in, and moderate risk of a complete washout. This was 8 hours ago, around 12, 1, 2 in the afternoon, and 11 in the morning. From that range, this was the outlook. And now, about 1 hour ago, the latest update is that live forecasts are indicating a very low chance of washout for tonight. Very low chance. Proper match may happen. If not a proper match, that is, if not full 20 overs, a shortened game where Duckworth-Lewis comes in. So winning the toss then becomes very, very crucial, because every team would then want to chase, because the target will keep fluctuating. So that's some great bit of news for my friend Harshit Ahuja to my left, because if this was a washout, both teams would get 1 point, and though you would say that still the final game would be a must win, but I think it would have helped Mumbai more than Delhi, far more than Delhi, and I'll tell you why. It's because of the net run rate. So even if you had shared the 1 point, even then you could have gone in the last encounter, and if both teams, assuming, win their last encounter,
then it's simple, Mumbai go through.
Correct.
You will still need a favour.
Correct.
Even if Delhi are to win today, they will still need the result to go their way in that one match, that not only do they play, but that Mumbai versus Punjab match as well. They'll have a close eye on that one.
No, but see, why I'm saying is because this game, if it is a game, you win, okay, you can set your run rate a little better and dent the opposition team's run rate. So that is an advantage. What if the final game is washed out? You don't know. There are too many permutation combinations. So for Mumbai, they'll take a point.
But I think
at the moment, just take a point.
If you ask, I think Delhi will also take a point for the moment.
No.
Because
then you are gone.
Because see, it's an uphill match anyway. That's number one. You don't have a Stark anymore, and what this does is at least you stay relevant till this weekend. Then otherwise, you pack your bags today itself. If you lose today, not winning or not losing in a way. Today, not losing at least keeps you alive till Saturday. If you are able to then beat Punjab in that match and hope that Mumbai lose to Punjab in theirs, that's
no. Then if you win both your games and I think you go through. No, then
if Delhi win both their matches, then they're through.
Then Mumbai doesn't matter what they do in the last game.
Yes.
You're through. So
because
how does
Mumbai
have to hope for anything?
Because Mumbai at best will finish on 16, assuming they lose this match, and if
Delhi
DC win both,
17.
17. So it's going to be 1 point difference.
So once you beat Punjab, then you're not looking at what happens. Then you're through. Why are you worried?
But
what Mumbai do in their last
I don't know.
game?
I'll take
You
a
have to
point
win today.
Yeah, I'll take a point from
No,
this match.
today's point I don't think is going to help you.
No, at least the point is that if DC, get to 14 points and...
Then you are dependent on Mumbai losing.
Yeah, but at the very same time, you have to beat Punjab Kings also. That's the thing.
That's what I'm trying to say. No, at least that is one game. See, right now what happens if it's a washout? Then even if you beat Punjab, you're still reliant on what Mumbai do. Whereas if you win this game and you win Punjab, you're not reliant on Mumbai. You're not dependent on what Mumbai does.
Why?
If you win today, then your destiny is in your hand. If Delhi win today, the destiny is in their hand.
Yeah.
If they if it's a 1-all, then the destiny is out. Then even if they win their last game, they're at the mercy of Mumbai. So why do you want to be in that situation? Yeah. So their focus should be win today. If they do, then it's up to them. Win against Punjab, go through. Lose against Punjab, out. They don't have to bother with what happens in Mumbai. In fact, Mumbai will then be worried about what Delhi does in their game. So it becomes a different game altogether. If I'm a team, then I would want to be in a situation where it's in my hands. Right. And so that's why today's win, I think today's game is much more needed for a Delhi franchise than Mumbai, because if it's 1 point share, Mumbai will take it.
You know, what's interesting is that if, let's say, if Mumbai win today, I think it'll probably happen for the first time in the history of the tournament that you will have all 4 playoff teams well before the league stage ends.
That has already happened.
No, I don't think that has happened ever before. I would say about a week left.
So many. No, these records already. 3 teams decided with 10 games left. Also never happened before. It's happened. Wooden spoon almost decided with so many games to go ahead. Never happened before. So this is a season of firsts. Yeah. Many records have been made. So I will not be surprised if your 4 teams are also done well in advance. Everything.
Then you'll just need the order. Who finishes first or who finishes second.
Yeah.
But why 2 wins right now? Because again, maybe I've sort of lost that vision at the moment as a fan, where I don't see Delhi winning 2 back-to-back at the moment. So
you were the one who would lecture
between the 2 teams.
Shashwat, don't be this despondent. Don't be this. You have become that.
No,
I don't see Delhi winning 2.
You take 1 point between the 2 oppositions. For some reason, I'll take 1 point from today's match and I'll take 2 from the Punjab match.
Doesn't matter. Mumbai win their last game, you're out. It is of no use.
Yeah, but
today, I'm saying, if that's what I'm saying, defeatist mindset. If today you win, you have to understand, I have to go for it.
I understand.
If you win today, then you're not dependent. What's the point?
You need to win both.
And also, Harshit,
that's what I'm trying to say. So that too you're saying anyway, no?
Yeah.
If today is a draw or like you split point, again you'll have to win the last game.
Yes.
So that you're expecting them to win. But then even if you win, what is the use? You're out. But they win.
At this very moment.
This is your chance. This is your chance. For Delhi, this game is much more important. For Mumbai, they'll take the point now only. You tell them 1 point, they'll take it. Because then it's up to them when the last game go through. You do whatever you want against Punjab. It's in their hands. As soon as you beat them today, it's gone. Now the shoe's on the other foot. Then they're reliant on Punjab, please beat Delhi. Punjab, please beat Delhi.
I'm right now looking at it this way, that rather than getting eliminated today, you stay alive till Saturday.
No, at this very moment, if I am Delhi Capitals, I would rather want to face Mumbai Indians and Punjab Kings. See, Mumbai Indians are coming off a loss, although it was a very close game that they had against Gujarat Titans. But then, looking at the form of Punjab Kings, I would want to face Mumbai Indians at this point, because DC would fancy their chances against Mumbai Indians, but against Punjab Kings, who are a well-rounded unit and have been on form like very consistent team of the season. This is, I think, DC's chance. I think they would be looking to beat Mumbai.
Again, without Stark, I think the complexion's completely changed now. But
anyhow, then if that is the case, then why are you even wanting a point today? You're going to lose against Mumbai also. Finish. Tata, bye-bye, gone.
Without a Stark, I think you can still pull off. But without your lead man, I wonder how far.
Arey Baba, even if you pull off, what is the thing? What is the advantage of you pulling that off? Because Mumbai win the last game, it doesn't matter. Why would you be in a position? I can't understand.
Punjab also will be eyeing a top 2 finish.
That's another thing. They can beat you also.
They'll have their reasons.
Then they can beat you also. But you are in a situation where you are begging for another team to help you out. That will not happen. If I'm backing my team,
ideal is that you win today.
No. It's not a question of win. If you are a fan, wouldn't you want a game today? If I'm in your place, I'd want a game.
+1.
That's my only chance. What's the worst case scenario? I lose, I'm out, which is anyway going to happen. Because for that I have to beat Punjab. Also, hope Mumbai loses. All of that's not going to happen. My best chance is the team that's leading. And if I'm thinking from Mumbai point of view, no, let it be rained out. Advantage me. Then I just have to win 1 game. Why give them a foot in the door? Why give Delhi a foot in the door? What if I lose today? Then it's out of my hands. Don't allow them. Take the 1 point today. Walk away happy. Win your last game. Tata, bye-bye. You do whatever. You hammer Punjab by 500 runs. That doesn't matter to me. But today, if you beat them, then it is entirely, doesn't matter what they do in their game. You
Fate in your own hands.
yeah. So if you have to go for it today, you have nothing to lose actually. You are going to be knocked out anyway. And as things stand right now, Mumbai are the favourites to make it. Whichever way, your only chance is to pull off an upset, and I'll call it an upset if Delhi are to beat Mumbai. That too in Mumbai, that will be an upset. But there is a chance nonetheless, right? Even if you say it's a 65-35 or 60-40, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There is a chance. Take that chance.
This whole run that Mumbai went on, it started with that match that was played in Delhi, and when they beat Delhi by very close margin. Remember,
that's a game you should have won.
Yeah, you should have won that match, and that 6-match winning streak that we saw Mumbai go on, it started with that. So if it's all going to come to a full circle, it started with Delhi. It could probably just from a story point of view, maybe this is where the story ends as well. So Delhi have an opportunity to put things to rest today, but my concern still remains the same. There's no stock, which is why I don't know resources.
That will
Where are
happen
the
in Punjab
resources
also
now?
Then you lose against Punjab.
I know, but
then you don't deserve to go through. If this is if this is the thing, then you do not deserve to go through. It's a miss for you.
Because
there are other teams that have missed. RCB may missing Hazelwood.
Yeah,
I know that he's.
But see, things make a difference. I was looking at numbers for Mumbai. Their economy at the deaths completely changed now since Bumrah's returned. Since Bumrah came back and he played that, it was only his second match against Delhi in which he was a tad expensive. But from leaking about 11 runs at one point, that economy has now come down to 9 at the death. So see, things have completely changed for Mumbai since the time of Bumrah has come. So when a figure like Stark also is not around, and we saw what he can do in the business and in these high stake encounters last year, of course the morale is going to be taking a big hit.
Nobody's denying that, but what are you supposed to do? That's my point. No,
you of course
you have to go for the win. That's your gamble. It's a jugular. Go for it.
You have to go for it. This is the kind of situation. In fact, I would probably like to take a punt on a player here and there, because I think chips are down. You need to acknowledge
like
that
what?
Chips are down.
But I don't know.
What? I don't know what.
No, come up with a out of the box or
something out of the box.
So tell us.
Should I then be again?
Have Tristan Stubbs at number 3, please. That should be out of the box.
So do I change?
That's actually from the box.
But Delhi, it will be out of the box.
Do I not open with Porel? Do I have KL like the last match? Should I have KL open again? And maybe
so the good news is that KL is fit and he is going to be participating, because yesterday he got injured in the nets, got hit by a Mukesh Kumar delivery. But today he's running around, so he's fit at least. That's some good news. And whatever said and done, for the amount of hate that he gets, I still think that he's your number one batter. And for you to beat Mumbai, you'll need a big total, and he's going to be the guy who can give you that.
He absolutely loves playing against the Mumbai Indians. He's got 3 centuries against them. He averages about 64 against them. So he really likes playing against Mumbai, and I think at the Wankhede, he's got an average of close to 65-70, something like that.
I think it's pretty simple for Delhi. Let's have some sensible batting decisions. Tristan Stubbs at 3, KL Rahul opening, Ashutosh at 5. You'll be good. If you bat first, you'll be good to score 230 odds.
Average of 100 at Wankhede. 100.
No.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. He's 100% sure. It is 100.
I read something else, which is why I'm just crossing.
It is 100.
100. Okay.
Beka pyar Harshit.
74 against Mumbai and an average of 100. Yes, again, at the 1K. So yeah.
I'm missing Shashwat. I would have wanted to show him.
So again, very impressive numbers.
Supporting KL last match.
You will also need the bowling to be smarter as well. Last time around, it didn't make a lot of sense for you to have bowled a Natarajan at the very start. Aksar has backed himself to bowl in the power play. That's not always gone as per plan. Yes, he's taken a wicket here and there, but my concern still remains the batting more than the bowling. The batting average for Delhi, a first wicket partnership, is the lowest for any team in this entire.
Bring back a Karun Nair, I feel. Karun Nair, KL Rahul, Abhishek Porel will have to step up for all the things. I love that comment where he's saying that Rahul's average is 100 at the Wankhede versus MI. That one comment is saying, what's his average when it's raining? Because that's more important, because it's going to be raining today. What's his average in Wankhede when it's raining?
But at least, in that game against RCB, He accelerated as and when it was needed, that 93 or 53. Because there was some cloud cover, there was slight rain, and as and when he thought that it might just come to DLS, he accelerated at the right point, targeting the main bowler,
13th
Hazelwood.
over, I think it was around the 13th over.
And see the rain, by the way, rains at the Wankhede are not a great sight for anyone, especially when it comes to Duckworth Lewis, because you have seen they're being a bit naughty. They were like that with Gujarat. You saw that when the game was happening. The groundmen are just not interested in removing the covers. They were extra quick when Mumbai were behind in the Duckworth Lewis, extra quick with putting the covers and removing the covers. And when they didn't want that to happen, and in fact it was, I don't know, it didn't seem right to me that even the Mumbai players were very reluctant to come down from the changing room. They were taking their time. I know it's gamesmanship. Everyone will take that advantage a bit. But they were being... And I saw the Gujarat team being very upset, especially Ashish Nehra. Yeah. I remember watching those visuals. He was very angry. Very angry with the attitude.
The senior players were still in the lobby.
Yeah,
Pandya came down.
Correct. One with the groundsman first. Yeah. By they were dragging their feet for removing it, and he was arguing with the umpires also that now it's stopped. What are you waiting for? It's clean. Get started. The groundsmen were taking their time slowly. It's like football, they do time wasting slowly. They were doing that, and the players are also doing the time wasting. So Ashish Nehra wasn't a very happy coach at that time, I'd say. So God save Delhi then, if it is coming into the ground, going touch and go.
But the more the more time passes by, I think it's becoming clearer that you're having a full game. It doesn't look like the rain gods are going to be in.
Rain might come. They're saying maybe drizzle in the middle. You may have stop-start. But remember, they've changed the rules now. They've changed the rules to
120 minutes more.
Yeah, they've added 120 minutes to ensure that for a 5-over game, 11:56 is when you need to start the match for a full 5-over game. So I think that's one thing they've done, and that actually takes me to the other topic, which is right. A lot of teams are complaining that this is not fair, because KKR is one team that's been upset. They've said that, listen, if that was the case, our game got washed out, where you did not add this 120 minutes. What if you would have, and we would have got a 5-over game? Today KKR are knocked out. If they had won, they'd be in the race today.
Yeah, it goes back to that match against RCB in Chinnaswamy.
That's what they're saying. And see what they're saying, and I agree with KKR, that it has happened after the IPL was suspended. So if you were coming, let's say, okay, pre-suspension, different rules. After suspension, different rules. Then you needed to implement those rules right from the word go when you start from suspension. No? You're not doing it. Today, I also saw Parth Jindal, the Delhi owner, writing that, change the venue if it is expected to rain today. Which is also right, because you've changed the RCB venue, you've taken them to Lucknow to play because there is rain expected at the Chinnaswamy. So RCB will be playing their match in Lucknow. So you've done that last moment, then why not for this game? And I think it's a valid argument made by all teams that this is unfair. Either you be a stickler for rules and say these are the rules, we are not moving, we're going to be following this from top to bottom, no changing. So rain or no rain, everyone just gets the same sort of venues to play. Or if you're making changes because it's a suspension and the IPL got pushed, then make it for everyone. 120 minutes available for everyone from the time the thing started. Venue changes last moment, make it available for anyone. So this is, I think, is unfair.
Absolutely. I think these are the changes that if you want to take into consideration, let's say, if the tournament is just about 5 or 10 matches old and suddenly the weather changes at a few venues, that is when you can take that call. You do have a clause in your IPL rules and regulations wherein you can change a rule as and when it is needed. But now we've clearly seen that had that RCB versus KKR game happened, had there been 5 overs per team, things could have been completely different. KKR could have actually won that match. So I think even I agree with the kind of disappointment that KKR have with BCCI, because either these rules, even Delhi also, either these rule changes should happen at the very beginning of the tournament, when tournament is just about 5-10 games old, and then you keep a track on the weather at different venues, or it should not happen at all in that particular season.
In this case, I'll agree, not at the start, because remember the earlier tournament was in a way that it was supposed to finish before monsoon. So the issue has arisen because you've had that suspension for 1 week, which has now pushed your schedule off by 1 week, and monsoons have arrived early. So had you finished on 25th of May, which is your schedule final, I think you would have continued with whatever. So I agree that, okay, this is because these are unforeseen circumstances. Who thought that 1 week suspension of the IPL will happen? So fine. So what did you do? You put your heads together. You had a meeting where you'd said, you listen, why you BCCI made it very clear that the venues they picked are not bases or any security or anything. They've picked venues where they thought there will be less rain. That's why Eden is not getting the final or the playoffs and so on and so forth. So you've selected different venues. If you spend so much time debating that, coming up with solutions, then why not for every team? And then not only that, that was the first meeting. You've had a subsequent meeting yesterday where you've come up with even more changes quickly, where RCB game has gone to Lucknow, where quickly you are saying 120 minutes have been added extra. When these things are done, then why not you could have done it 2 games before? KKR misses out on that. Delhi today misses out because if it's washed out.
What this does is when the tournament goes through a churn while it's on, it gives it a very arbitrary sort of a feeling and a very ad hoc feeling, this whole tournament. It's not good for the tournament, firstly. The rules should be set at the start of the tournament, firstly. This year was extraordinary circumstances, so you had to pause, so you had to rejig the sked, etc., etc. But these rule changes that have come about, so it's like introducing the impact player suddenly. Either you do it at the start, where all teams, get to use it across 14 matches. You can't suddenly bring in that rule when there's teams vying for that 4th spot left, and then suddenly teams are empowered to bring in a 12th player.
No, not only that. Not only that, Harshit. See, the thing is, let's say the rule came in later, where some teams have played, some have not. That's another thing. Here, what you're effectively doing, if you're taking the example of an impact sub, it's been introduced, but it's still happening.
It's being introduced only for a few teams.
Yeah.
So by extension, what I was meaning with that was that teams that got eliminated could have argued that, listen, if you gave us this opportunity, we have such good bench strength. Our tournament could have looked completely different. Our campaign could have looked completely different. That's another way of looking at things. So at this point, it is KKR that's the aggrieved party, and rightly so. I don't think any franchise would like, because KKR and the run-in was not bad, as we saw as well. For a reason, everyone believed that the dark horse, perhaps because their last 4-5 matches were the kind of matches that they could have backed themselves to win. They weren't the toughest matches or the kind of a run-in that a DC had or a Mumbai had, where you're playing table toppers in GT and MI. These aren't your or PBKs. These aren't the kind of matches that KKR had. KKR had a relatively easy run-in with teams that were in the bottom half is what they had to play. So they have all the reasons to shoot off emails and ask questions, look for answers, and BCCI should have been more mindful, especially when there's qualification at stake and it's altered. In KKR's case, it possibly has altered their season in many ways.
I think it's maybe the anxiety, and maybe I think that is the case because you don't want any more rained off matches. Already you have had 3 or I think 4. One is Delhi SRH, Punjab Kings, KKR,
keeping the tournament
RCB.
fair as
If
well,
that's the case, why would you risk today's game? The good news is that it's clear, but that was touch and go, no? So if you didn't want any more rain,
then I think it's obviously down to the fact that your planning obviously took a hit after that 8-day suspension that there was.
I think it became too late for you to take a call on this match, because if you're rescheduling matches, you need to tell the broadcaster only they need 2 days to set up the entire field, do all the rigging, etc. It can't happen inside a day.
No. But Harshit, you have crews in other places. You have crews in Delhi right now. There's games that happened yesterday. There's a game that's going to happen. There are crews there. Teams are here, in different cities. There are limited cities that have. Go and play it there. Ahmed does it. Just give even if you wanted to change the date. If it's at the risk of giving everyone a level playing field, you could have rescheduled this date as well to another date. I think you had 2 days, and this we knew for the last 2 days. If you had spoken to the teams,
more we go on this line, the more arbitrary the tournament becomes.
But then don't do it for an RCB as well. No, then that's unfair. And RCB now get to move and play it at Lucknow and Ekana, whereas these guys.
Is it really down to the lack of planning? or is it something else? See, usually when a tournament is about to start, just maybe 2-3 months before the tournament, you would want to take a look at the conditions, which venues could be impacted by rain.
Suspension, but 1 week suspension. Did you know at that time?
No, absolutely not. That's what I was getting to. That usually, you have all things in place. Stakeholders are discussing, which venues could be impacted by rain, which would not be. Then you reschedule matches. So is it just down to the fact that there has been lack of planning, or is it because of the fact that, there was a suspension midway and then everything had to be done?
That's why I'm giving them that leeway. Because of suspension, you've had to change these things. If there was no suspension, it would have carried on. There wouldn't have been any extra 120 minutes. There would have been no shifting of games to Ekana. None of that would have happened. So I understand that these are unforeseen circumstances. You never expected this, fine. But my point is, when you are taking those calls, then make it a level playing field for everyone. That 120 minutes should have been introduced at the break, at that time where you reschedule the matches and you reschedule the venues, that time. And by the way, if you skip that, then don't bring them now as well. I think it's unfair for a team like KKR, which had to suffer. And now also, if you did not change the venue of, let's say, a Delhi Bombay for whatever reasons, then don't change it for RCB also. That's what my point is. Make it a level playing field. Then it's a washout, what can you do? That is something that they needed to, but they've not done it, which is really sad. We're just moments away from the toss. It's going to be a long time since we did a toss live, but today, because the game is so important, that anything and everything could change. So it'll be interesting to check out what the toss now suggests. Can we take a few questions, Pawan, then, in the meanwhile? Yeah.
Sarat Chandra has a comment that it could be a trauma day or the best day for Harshit. I'll add Shashwat also. Either Manchester United or DC win, or Spurs and MI win. He wants the second option. Wonder how these two teams who could have been relegated are in the Europa finals.
That's 100% true. It could be the worst day of the calendar year for me. It could be probably one of the best days as well if both teams end up winning. So that explains wearing the United jersey today, because I think
your allegiance are there. Not once have you won the Delhi.
No, I have.
Not one.
But today I think I had to choose which team needs me more, so I just went with United. Which is why I think that 1 point mentality, na. So you give me the point today, and Saturday I'll come.
No Akshar Patel for Delhi Capitals.
Okay.
It is Faf du Plessis.
He was also nursing an injury.
Yes.
Akshar for a while has been nursing an injury.
Yeah. And it was a hand injury only. Yes.
Injury only, na?
Not bad bowling.
It's not like Gurjapneet Singh, na?
No.
Who's with the team.
So it's Faf, right?
Gurjapneet Singh is with the team. He's bowling in the nets also. He was there today also. He's travelling with the team, bowling in the nets, yet he's injured, for whom they've already got a replacement also. Like an amazing...
I don't think with the clouds, around the one...
That's big news though.
It's a no-brainer what the decision
Akshar could be the impact player. Could be.
No, you have to chase today because of rain.
That's what I'm saying.
Because of rain. So
it's
Delhi,
a no-brainer what the captain winning.
But that's a good start. They won the toss.
I was about to get to that.
It's a good start. I hope that's not the only thing.
Maybe
you would get the best bowling conditions.
Also, I hope it's not the only thing DC win right now.
Akshar is sick in last 2 days.
Oh,
he's sick. There's COVID-19 also, which is spreading.
One of the IPL players is down with that.
Which one?
Travis Head.
Travis Head. Correct. So he's unwell. I hope he's really unwell.
This is a big. If it's that, then we've seen that it can spread. So the tournament again, you don't want questions over the tournament.
Not that. No, now you've reached a stage where even if it spreads, they're not going to stop the tournament. Because that fear factor that you had, that's really gone out. Which you used to have for COVID-19, that's gone out. Now if you will have cases, it's just like going to be any other flu, where tournament continues, it's not going to stop. That's not. What is more worrisome is
Akshar.
the fever coming at the right or the wrong time.
It
I
was
don't
an
know.
injury also.
Is that,
But they've not said injury.
is this fever equivalent to side strain?
That's what I want to know. Because who
Yeah, he
knows?
was-
Who
he was
knows?
still-
This could turn out to be a better combination for Delhi.
No, I think if Abhishek Porel would have been out,
Because
then I would have
what
said.
you can do is
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
No, no,
Because
no,
you need Akshar.
With the bat,
with the bat, no, but that's what I'm saying. With the ball, maybe now you can go with a
He can
specialist
underbowl himself
bowler
if this
and a specialist batter. Who knows?
again, which specialist batter is it that DC were missing out on?
But a good start for DC, at least the best bowling conditions, for sure.
The toss, the toss had to be crucial in this match.
That's the big news, huh? No Akshar Patel. I wonder whether it makes the team stronger or weaker. We don't know, but it certainly is a big update. I'm just trying to quickly take a look as to
The team sheet.
the team sheet. It hasn't come as yet.
Till then, we'll take a couple of comments. Venkatesh BS is saying it's pre-monsoon rains, not monsoon rains, the actual ones, as it has not yet arrived in India. It will come in the first week of June.
Yeah, but Venkatesh, I think again you can correct me if I'm wrong here. I think from the scheduled date that you had for the monsoon, I think it's arriving 5 days in advance, which is why you're seeing these pre-monsoon showers as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I know.
Pavan, let's scroll down. Okay. Siddharth has a comment that honestly speaking, we don't deserve playoffs. Our coach, captain don't belong to this level. Ricky would have never been squandered 6-2. Just last cycle, our team was pathetic. He's talking about Delhi Capitals, I guess. Yeah.
Delhi and how you build that lead, especially early on in the tournament. But things that Ricky Ponting, you tried for 6 years, 5 years, whatever, and it didn't work out. You missed out on qualification last year as well, and yes, he's turned things around in Punjab though. But with Delhi, I think that was perhaps an okay decision. If you're not getting results, you need to change the management as well.
Okay. Priyanshu has a little cheeky comment that he's waiting for people to say that Akshar will not be a part of Delhi Capitals.
No, that's not happening.
I think he will stay with them as the captain.
Of course.
Akshar is here to stay for sure. At least I think he was one of the better captains in the initial stages of the tournament. If there was ever a comparison between the captains of the other teams.
Yeah.
Pawan, go down. Any more comments?
So I think Mumbai are playing with more or less the same team.
Ashish Dhar has an interesting comment that Dehradun could have been a good choice for the venue, but it usually hosts Afghanistan's matches.
Yeah, Ashish, good point. But it's raining in Uttarakhand at the moment. But I'm not saying necessarily Dehradun. I don't know, but it is raining in parts of Uttarakhand. I know
the
that.
matches have taken place in that case at Iswaran's stadium.
Could have. He's not part of the IPL, so he's not using it for his own practice. Could have given it to host. By the way, good news is that you can see the sun shining bright at the Wankhede as well. A short while ago there was
a bit cloudy though.
Yeah, but clouds
Not
will
those
be there,
threatening
but it's not
clouds,
threatening clouds. They're white clouds, so nothing to worry, which is great news, because I think after a long time everyone's waiting for a match to come by, which will have greater significance in terms of qualification and not just the top two. So in that sense, we are getting a game where everyone was hoping it's not going to happen. I think is great news per se. I'm just going to run you through the playing 11s. They've come. So let's go with the batting first team. That's Mumbai, and they've got Rohit Sharma, Ryan Rickleton, Will Jacks, Suryakumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Hardik Pandya, Naman Dheer, Mitch Santner, Deepak Chahar, Trent Bolt, Jasprit Bumrah. So they've got a full-fledged team for Mumbai. So that's one good piece of news, because we did get information of Rickleton and Will Jacks being available, but there were doubts earlier. Now you know that they are playing an out-and-out full-fledged team with their 3 fast bowlers, as well as Mitch Santner is also there. I think because this is their batting team, they are going to get in a bowler, and that could be Ashwini Kumar, I think, who's going to be. There's Karan Sharma as well, who they can look at to bring it if they are going to be looking at a spinner, because they have one in mid Santner only. In fast bowling, they have 4 options. There's Hardik as well.
Okay, so also one thing is confirmed that KL Rahul is an impact player for Delhi Capitals. He is one of the impact players. Now, he's also been nursing an injury, so more than likely he will be the impact sub. And they are playing 11 as Faf Duplessis, Abhishek Porel, Sameer Rizvi, Ashutosh Sharma.
They've got Tristan Stubbs,
there was
Dushmanta Chamira, Vipraj Nigam. They got Madhav Tiwari into the 11.
He's playing his second game, yeah.
Kuldeep Yadav, Fizz and Mukesh. Once again, Natarajan is out. So they do musical chair between Mukesh Kumar and Natarajan. So Tristan Stubbs is vice captain, may I add.
Bat him at number 3, please.
Both South Africans
The best
made
chance
in
of
charge
winning.
today.
Rizvi comes in, right? Because he had been
Yes.
dropped. So Rizvi comes in because an Akshar is out. See, that's why I said now they've got an out and out batter. Then they'll have Tristan Stubbs, then Ashutosh Sharma. And I think KL Rahul is going to be your impact sub, which means there's no space for
Bulk of the
Karun Nair.
batting, again, KL Rahul, Faf Duplessis, Tristan Stubbs, Ashutosh Sharma.
No, Abhishek Porel, no? So
No, I think
Faf,
bulk of the batting.
Faf and KL Rahul opening.
Faf KL open, Abhishek Porel at 3, Rizvi at 4, Stubbs at 5, Ashutosh at 6. Yeah, that's going to be their batting.
Vipraj 7, Madhav Tiwari 8, and then
Yeah.
2-3 bowlers.
Yeah, Chamira, Kuldeep, and maybe Mukesh, whoever they go with. On paper, you got to say Mumbai looking
Super strong, actually.
super strong. Yeah. Looking like the better team. They've got everything sorted. Rickleton has been in form. Rohit also found his form the recent past. Will Jacks is another guy in form. Suryakumar Yadav, their top run getter this season. Tilak's also had a good season. Then Hardik coming in at that position. Naman Dheer has had a decent season. So, I mean, look at that batting lineup and compare it to our Delhi Capitals batting lineup that has been iffy with not too many performers there. And then look at their bowling lineup also in a Trent Bolt, Jasprit Bumrah and Deepak Chahar, really suited to these conditions. For Delhi, Fizz only playing his second game. Mukesh has been in and out. And Chamira as well, not having that kind of impact that you expect from him. So, quite frankly, if you look at it from any point of view, whether it's batting, whether it's bowling, whether it's even the all-round impact, I think there is daylight between Mumbai and Delhi at the moment. It has to be a massive upset
DC's
for
best chance.
Harshit to go back happy today.
DC's best chance is to reduce MI to 30 for 3 in 4-5 overs. If DC can do that, I think then it's going to be advantage for them.
You need wickets of the informed batters. So you need to ensure firstly, that Ryan Rickleton, because he's been more of the aggressor between the two, that you get Rickleton, you get Surya, you get Naman Dheer, these guys, the informed batters out. Let the inconsistent guys or guys who've been a little up and down with the bat, let them spend time in the middle. I think that's Delhi's best chance to curtail them to a total which is within Delhi's reach.
See, the thing is that as is being pointed out, the pitch has been under cover for a couple of days. That means it's been sweating. So any team would want to be bowling first on this to, make full use of that moisture, the juice that the pitch will offer. So I think that presents Delhi the best chance. As he said, to get them to 30 for 3 or 40 for 4, that kind of a scenario they have. And I would have given that chance to most other teams. But looking at the way the Delhi pace unit has been performing this season, it's not the ideal team to be doing that. Had it been, let's say, a Gujarat, where they would have got, let's say, a Prasidh Krishna or someone else, bowling at that situation, I would have said, some other team who can chip in on a given day. But just the way, or if a Hazelwood has been bowling for RCB, one of those bowlers were there, I would have thought, good chance. You've won the toss. One of the things has been done because it's been raining in Mumbai. The pitch has been covered for 2 days. No sunlight it's received. There'll be a lot of moisture there. Take advantage of that. Put pressure. And there's always movement there as well. There's, in Mumbai, there's that breeze that will be coming from the ocean in the evening. All those things are there for fast bowlers. But the problem is the fast bowling lineup of a Delhi Capitals, which again will be so low on confidence. Fizz, as I said, is coming into the IPL, just 1 game old. Mukesh was dropped is making a return. Chamira hasn't been great as well. Plus, a lot of them are not really swing bowlers. Like Fizz isn't, and Chamira isn't. They're more, bowling fast. I think Mukesh is the only one on the day who can really, get the ball to move. Who knows? He had one very good game where he picked up 4 wickets, if I'm not mistaken. Just reminds me. Just there was this one game where he did.
Yeah.
If he was to have that sort of a game, who knows, gives them. But again, you're hoping against hope. You're clutching on to straws to look at things that can help Delhi. But quite frankly, Mumbai team, way strong in all of these conditions. And if conditions, I know, will get slightly easier to bat on second half, but even then it'll be very tough to be facing a Bolt, Bumrah, and a Chahar in these conditions when you come out to bat as well. So even if it's a par sort of a total, let's say they do have a bad day with the bat and Delhi do exceedingly well and it is a Mukesh Kumar day, I still think that for Delhi then to be playing in those conditions will also be very tough against this bowling.
It's a beleaguered squad, and without Stark, again, I had a different outlook till the time you were expecting Stark to return.
Yeah.
Since him not being there, I think the squad weakens massively. There is, and for a reason, at that auction as well, and when we were all looking at Delhi at the start, the bowling lineup was all about Mitch Stark. Without him, the bowling lineup lacks identity.
Today with Stark, you could have
Exactly.
hoped for.
So if Stark was there in these conditions, had you won the toss, then the percentages completely changed. Right now, got to admit, it's Mumbai that are overwhelming favourites going into this match. Even with them having lost the toss, it doesn't change things much. That team sheet, there is so much quality on one side and so less of it in the other. So it is what it is, but hopefully it's again one of those scenarios where battles aren't just fought on paper and the team that looks better on paper ends up winning. Those things happen in sport.
Yes, we'll take a few questions before we wind up. Okay, let's go with Saraj Chandra. क्या स्टार्क लग क्या हो रहा है?
Saying why are we talking about someone who
Why
is
are
not?
we harping on
No, but
Stark?
which is I think is true. Let's go Anshu Mishra. Nikhil sir, you told us many times that you covered the 2003 World Cup, but how is it possible for you? Were you 8-9 years old then? Please tell. No, Anshu, I was working. Interestingly, I was working in this very organization when I covered the 2003 World Cup.
Was that your first ODI World Cup?
First ODI World
Okay.
Cup. As a journalist, yes.
Yeah, obviously. That's what I meant.
Yeah. First ODI World Cup that I remember seeing is 87, the Reliance Cup. I remember the final. I remember the India-New Zealand Chetan Sharma hat-trick game. Just because I was young, so you just remember moments, right? It's just very few moments. The hat-trick I remember clearly, Chetan Sharma's hat-trick. And I remember the final, which was an Australia-England final. So I remember that at the Eden Gardens.
Some England players did not travel to India for the World Cup.
Yeah. But I remember that final
famous
because
story.
Australia were the underdogs.
Yeah.
And once they won, so the fans, and Kolkata has like some real hardcore cricket fans, they actually were supporting Australia because they were underdogs. So Australia was like the home team. Everyone was building up for an India-Pakistan final as always.
India lost a very close semi.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and after that, it was just that final, and the entire stadium supported Australia. And actually, that's a very important moment for Australia because that turns around Australia. From there on, they become like this. I know 92 wasn't an ideal World Cup for them, but they became this formidable unit going forward in white ball cricket. So, yeah. No, Anshu, to answer that, no, I was working. And if I was working, then I was above the age of 23 at that time. So, yeah. Then you can calculate and arrive at my age. Ashish Dhar is saying, DC could win IPL after GG tenure ends as India coach. GG can coach DC. Oh.
Even the best have coached DC and yet DC have failed to win.
He has played for DC twice, and
not been able to do it. He was captain also. He had to let go of his
He
captaincy.
let go of captaincy the second time.
Okay. Siddharth is saying, what big Angi's Aussie inside him?
He's talking about the Spurs manager and
the
Postecoglou.
Australian manager.
Yeah, so he's talking about his mentality, and also this is his quote that's been going viral because he said a couple of months back that watch out because I always win things in my second year in charge. So it's him on one side, and on the other you've got a Casemiro who's never lost a big final. So there's so much to look forward to.
Yeah. Okay, go down, please. Okay, Kesha wants to know your finalists if you had to just pick one. Go.
PBKS?
PBKS?
Yeah. PBKS
Finalists
and
तो 2 हो गए ना?
Mumbai Indians.
I'm going with two teams that have looked impressive throughout the tournament, so I'm going with GTPBKS.
I'm going with what Harshit got. GTPBKS for me as well. GGK is saying this is no contest. GGK, as you know, is a huge Mumbai Indians and Rohit Sharma. Saying MI is winning his 6th trophy. He's given his verdict only. Okay, final comment from Priyanshu. He's saying, Nikhil sir, Champions Trophy broke all viewership records. Now people want more ODIs for Rocco. I hope ODI Tri-Series back in place of Asia Cup. Priyanshu, the Tri-Series might happen, but it may not be in the ODI format. It could be in the T20 format as well. Again, we're still awaiting details on that. I don't think Asia Cup is going to happen, if you ask me. It doesn't matter what the BCCI has said, and we've reported on that as well. I think you are going to have a tri-series or a quadrangular series. Format we don't know. If it's ODI also, maybe...
I think it's going to be T20 only.
Yeah, that's what I said.
2026 World Cup.
Correct. That's how Asia Cups always happens, right? The format changes depending on what is coming up.
ICC tournament is coming.
Yeah. Last time it was the 50 over World Cup coming up, so you had a 50 over Asia Cup. Now as a T20 tournament coming up, you'll have that. Before that, you had the T20 tournament coming, so they had the T20 Asia Cup.
Yeah.
In Dubai was the
In
T20
Dubai,
version.
T20,
In
yes.
Sri Lanka was the ODI version.
Yes.
So you had 2 Asia Cups anyway. Chalo, on that note, we're going to take your leave. Thank you very much for giving us company. Enjoy the game. We're going to be back for mid innings, but most importantly, post-match coverage. Do join us for our live chat. That's an exhaustive and long program that we do at the night right after the last ball is bowled. So look forward to your company then. And meanwhile, lots of other sports content available on Sports Today. Do check that out. From Harshit, Siddharth and I, bye-bye.